An initiative to make Tucson a sanctuary city is likely to appear on the ballot this November. Supporters say they submitted nearly twice the number of signatures required. The People's Defense Initiative is leading the campaign, motivated in part by an opposition to SB 1070, a state law signed in 2010 that requires law enforcement to verify a person's immigration status in certain circumstances. We asked Executive Director Zaira Livier to explain what the initiative would change.
There's a lot of different protections against racial profiling. We have an expediting process for certification for U visas, which you can apply for if you are an undocumented migrant who is a victim of a crime and reports the crime to the police and helps the police solve that crime. You can apply for a U visa, which gives you a job permit and protection from deportation. We know from speaking to the community and to immigration lawyers that this process often takes months, if not years, if not ever. We have it so that they have to review that certification within 90 days.
Let's say there's an undocumented immigrant in the city of Tucson and it's a sanctuary city. Right. How is life different for them?
In so many ways, but again, always reverting back to SB 1070. SB 1070, the worst parts of SB 1070 still exist. And the worst parts are that every police officer is by de facto an immigration agent. So anytime that an undocumented migrant or someone in a mixed status family needs to call the police or gets pulled over, comes into contact with a police officer, they're risking detention and possible deportation. So what makes it different is that we put in as many roadblocks as we possibly can. We squeeze SB 1070 to its limit to make it safer and more secure for undocumented migrants to come into contact with police, to report a crime if they need to. And those are just a few of the many new policies that we're looking to put into place.
The initiative could face legal challenges, according to a memo from Tucson City Attorney Mike Rankin. It details potential conflicts with SB 1070, possibly triggering another statute, SB 1487. If the Attorney General determines a city ordinance breaks state law, SB 1487 lets Arizona suspend its shared revenue with that city, unless it repeals or changes the ordinance in question. Livier disputes this premise.
But 1487 pertains to laws passed by city officials. This is a citizen-led initiative which has its own special protections, and 1487 is absolutely silent on citizen-led initiatives which have, by Arizona Constitution, its own set of rules and laws. It makes it much stronger than, say, an ordinance or a law passed by the city electeds. For one, we're absolutely sure that we wrote this initiative to withstand a challenge. The state cannot just pull their funding, but we do believe that when the fight comes, and whatever the fight may cost, it is absolutely worth it. How many of our community members are worth it? The well-being of our community is absolutely worth it.
Let's say it fails. What becomes of the movement and the people behind it, like yourself?
We continue. You know, the thing about what you would call a movement is that we didn't decide to just run a sanctuary city initiative for the win of it. We've decided to run this for the idea of it, the idea of direct democracy, the idea of giving people the power to pass their own ordinances, to fight for themselves, to defend themselves. People's Defense Initiative was born out of that idea. And we're already in conversations across the state with other groups and elected officials who want to pass an ordinance like this, the long-term goal being to rescind SB 1070 completely.
Okay. Zaira from the People's Defense Initiative, thank you so much.
Thank you.